Hello everyone, welcome to my The Way Home official channel. I hope everyone is having a great day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. This is the episode where everything is altered. I've seen The Way Home twice, and both times I felt the same overwhelming emotion that Kat does upon first seeing her father and sibling. Would you be different if you had the chance to look through the window of your life? We will soon find out. From a different angle, how might the moments you recall change? And how would your memories be affected if you knew you had been there to see them? Brady and Kat dancing together, the return home. I'm not really sure where to begin when it comes to discussing Kat's trip into the past and how it affects the plot moving forward. In order to really appreciate what Kat's travels imply for her and the program, we must begin slowly. You have to worry if Kat and Alice will tell Dell what they know now that they are traveling through time. Dell would benefit from knowing that her struggles outweigh those of her grandchild and daughter. Though it's clear that Dell simply thinks in different ways, Kat has been furious at Dell for letting go of her memories. Episode 4 of Season 1 of The Way Home. Dell is hard to let go. She seemed to be moving on from Jacob, but she clung to his favorite bear, kept the boat, and couldn't face the idea of losing Ole Miss since Colton gave her Ole Miss's mother. I received Ole Miss as a present from Colton. He passed away, and I sold the herd. Simply said, I couldn't handle the amount of work on my own. He is, in other words, the final descendant and remnant of our work here with Colton and me. Ole Miss could not be lost. I could not take one more thing changing in this place. Elliot, thank you very much. Dell may not have reacted the same way if Kat and Alice hadn't appeared. Things became apparent as soon as they arrived, almost as if she had traveled back in time. With Brady, Andy, and Elliot, Kat's universe is expanding to include the past and present. I'm curious about Dell's opinion on Brady. It wouldn't be shocking if she didn't think highly of him. In fact, she might even hold him accountable for removing Kat. Maybe Brady would have stayed in Kat's life if she hadn't been involved, giving Dell and Kat an opportunity to move past their terrible suffering. Dell and Elliot watch The Way Home. Season 1, Episode 4 of the festivities. Dell really has a thing on Elliot. He has consistently supported her. She's pushing him to stay in the long run with Kat, and that means a lot. The fact that she would approve of her daughter's relationship with a soul as sweet as Elliot's is evidence of how much she loves her. Perhaps Dell can recover without going back as far as Kat and Alice did. How do you feel? Would going there be cathartic, or would losing them all over again be more pain than she could bear? It has greatly benefited Alice. She's realized how much life has altered her mother, and she even has a fresh, if perhaps inaccurate, perspective on Brady. Elliot, how do you feel about your father now? Alice, Elliot, I just can't process it. Is this the kind of person he is? What a jerk. Elliot, consider this. You aren't even a glimmer in his eye yet. Brazen boys have long piqued the interest of teenage girls. The age-old tale of a small-town girl becoming enthralled with a worldly boy is legendary. Brady is going to be a nice and compassionate man, as Alice herself stated. Even still, Alice finds it difficult to watch him boast, criticize small-town life, or purchase wine using a fictitious ID. How long till she enters the theater as an adult and runs across Nick, given that we know his family owned the Village Theater? Nick, whoa, you look amazing, straight out of an Aerosmith music video. Alice, go ahead and dream. It must have been very difficult for him to lose a girl he liked as much as he liked Alice, especially since he most likely never got to say goodbye. As little as those encounters may appear at the moment, they can have a lasting effect on you. Let's get on to the cat of it all. Though it's hard to understand how overwhelming it would be to go through what she is, Shyla Leigh did a fantastic job in those sequences. She played it perfectly, more taken aback by seeing and conversing with her deceased father than by going back in time. Not a dry eye could have been found in the house. They got a bit wet, even if you weren't moved to tears. Isn't that right? Brady's initial visit to Port Haven was undoubtedly significant for her voyage into the past, but we won't know just how significant until we see how she responds to his visit in the present. Kat was pleased to see her parents date, while Alice seemed a little contemptuous and incredulous. Those are memories she treasures, and they did not let her down. The thing that most stunned her was learning that Elliot had been aware of Alice for the entire time without informing her. Even though Evan Williams understands exactly why Elliot kept that secret for so long, it's still astonishing that he was able to pull it off. Why, given his knowledge of time, did he not pursue a career as a quantum physicist rather than an educator? Perhaps he looked into it. Did he examine the pond to get any hints about its magical qualities? Did he look into the history of the area to see if any other members of the Landry family had ever gone abroad for extended periods of time? Kat was originally going to be upset with Elliot for maintaining the secret, but she eventually changed her mind after Dell praised him for everything. Additionally, she witnessed Elliot's disappointment at the movie theater when he saw how much Kat liked Brady. She had to know now, if she didn't already know, how Elliot felt about her. What effect will it have on her now that Brady is back and she's initiated something, whatever it is, with Andy? There she is, the socialite of the lobster platoon. How is the visit going to be affected by the fact that she is still thinking about the beginning of her relationship with Brady? Alice had already started asking him about his history. Was he genuinely going back to visit Alice, or had her question raised suspicions about Kat for him as well? It's great that Kat thought about how this experience could help her get back in touch with Alice right away after her first encounter. Although it was probably too much to expect to be best friends, it is crucial to know that they had shared that experience in the past. If I could go back in time to when I was younger, I would reevaluate every part of my life. In Peggy Sue Got Married, Peggy found success with it. Viewing things from a fresh perspective changes everything and removes the pessimism and jaded attitude that age brings with it. I have a question before we leave. Do visitors to seaside areas truly not know what a lobster is? If Rita had attempted to take mine away, I would have smacked her. When I've supped the life from every nook and cranny, she can have it. That moment made me, a lover of lobster and crab, very uncomfortable. No one plays in my seafood. Nobody, hey. After What's My Age Again, The Way Home has become an essential television series. Telling a tale about how your past affects your present is a promising idea. There should be many seasons because this is just the first. Since August, Hallmark's The Way Home has been discreetly filming season 2. Similar to when Calls Are Hot on the network, they were granted a special waiver by SAG-AFTRA to film during the period when the strikes were still in effect. Filming on the series, which stars Alex Cook, Jefferson Brown, Sadie Lamsnow, Evan Williams, Andie MacDowell, and Shyla Leigh, will continue in Ontario through December 6. The 3 generations of women are the focal point of this time-traveling family story. The family was shattered by an inconceivable catastrophe in the past. When they are reunited, though, they discover that things are not quite as they first imagined. One of the top 5 cable television series is this new one. That is really impressive. The main cast also went to New York Comic Con. That a Hallmark series would wind up there is beyond surmise. But because of the show's time travel element and its youthful audience, it has achieved extraordinary success. The series would return in winter, according to a question posed later in the article to Lisa Hamilton Daly, EVP of Programming at Hallmark. There's no denying that Hallmark might choose a comparable release date for season 2. However, because Hallmark has chosen not to renew Ride for a second season and is just considering When Calls the Heart, the network may choose to launch in the latter part of winter. The greatest location for time travel drama was not Netflix but Hallmark. Lisa Hamilton Daly was employed at Netflix when The Way Home was proposed to her. Ultimately, though, Hallmark was the ideal venue for the story. This show might be developed by Hallmark into something very amazing. Its placement on Hallmark has allowed it to be pampered and given priority in a way that it probably would not have received on another platform, according to Daly's explanation. It's been thrilling to observe how well-liked it has grown among our audience. Why the Way Home and its stars were Hallmark Channel's first choice for the Comic-Con panel. This link, Tico/VADZ 3.YLI. How can people watch Season 1 of The Way Home? Season 1 of Hallmark's The Way Home may be of interest to viewers or those who haven't seen this enchanted series before. Where can I get it? Hallmark Movies now is streaming Season 1 of The Way Home. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.